What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Brenner YouTube channel, and I'm here today with the one and only Jake Moser, the high side closer.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so I got a good story about that.
Okay.
So, me and my buddy were at BAPS. We're up in the stands. We had a couple cold snacks. And every time this guy would come by us, my buddy, there he goes, high side closer. That's where he belongs, up on the high side. And I'm like, what in the hell is this guy talking about? How did you get that?
So we had a race at BAPS, and we were sitting like 12th place or so with about 8 laps to go. And I decided I was just going to fling it up top and just hope for the best. And it actually worked out. Everyone hugged the bottom. And we ended up winning the race by about this much.
Wow.
And just all up top.
So, did you come up with that?
No, Dave Hare, the announcer at BAPS, did.
Wow, so he just threw that in there and it stuck?
Yep.
My wife was like, he has got to have a great sense of humor because that is awesome on the back of that car.
Well, the following week of that night, actually in warm-ups, track was real slimy, and I went out and hit the wall in warm-ups, and then I think Dave Hare changed it to the high side dozer for a week.
That's awesome. Well, that's awesome. So, Jake Moser, the 2M car. Mm-hmm. And what is this?
So this is a Kryptonite. We switched to Kryptonite last year. Dave and Jim Magilton pretty much owned the 2M number, and they came on board this over the winter here to help us out. And Jim Magilton, which is Dave Magilton's dad, they've owned cars for a long time. My dad drove for them, 2012. Wow-ish era. Carl Billett drove for him, Sean Jones. Dave is the original driver of the 2M in like the early 2000s. So, I mean, a lot of history behind the number, and we were at the car show last weekend, and a lot of people really brought up the history of the number.
It's amazing. Like, I'm fairly new to all of this, and to live in this area, like I was telling my buddy when we were younger, I never would have thought it was this big.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
Yeah. I grew up in East Berlin, and in East Berlin, it's a lot of sprint car people. You know, you got your Wyatt Hinkle, Ashley Capetta, the Otts are from East Berlin. Come up here, it's a little variety of everything. You got extreme stock guys, late model guys, some sprint car guys, but it's a little bit of everything. It's a lot more closer knit racing community up here.
Yeah, what drew you to the late model?
This is what my dad ran. So I didn't have a choice but to race, really.
So that's where it came from?
Yeah, just dad ran late models, and that's all I grew up with. So that's just what I knew.
So I'm sure you helped him all the time at the track when he was racing?
Yeah, as soon as I was old enough to go into pits, I was in there and trying to learn as much as I could, as quick as I could, and that's pretty much just what it went to. I've drove a couple different discipline type of cars, and I always circle back to late models because I just what I know. I've invested so much time in learning.
I saw, like, on your YouTube channel, you had some videos about the karts. What's up with that?
So I started racing karts in 2007 when I was 9 years old, I believe. And just something fun to get into. It's less stressful. It's not so much as this isn't really either a job, but I look at it as a job. I have a job to do all the time, and I stress myself out with this. Where the go-karts, it's more like I can go race, compete, and that's not stressful as much.
Plus space as well, like you said.
Right.
You can keep it at home.
Right. Yep. Small garage. There's a lot of people that keep it in the storage shed that I know, and they just work out of there, and it works for them. So, but yeah, go-karts are just a little bit cheaper way, I guess, to race. And you can pick up a good kart for about $700, and then put a Harbor Freight motor on it for about $150, and you're good to go. You can
Still
go out
have
there
a good time.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to ask you, how does your family feel about all this? Like, are you married?
Yeah, I'm married. Yep.
So does she goes along and helps?
So yeah, I actually met my wife at Trailways.
Oh wow.
Years ago. So yeah, she helps, and honestly, if we're not, she don't like cleaning the house, so she'd rather be in the garage anyway.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's great. Do you have any children?
I have a stepson, and he races go-karts now.
Just
started last year and got his feet wet a little bit, so this year he's going to go full swing on Friday nights. So we're see how much stuff he tears up.
That's awesome. What are your goals for this season?
Just try to win as many races as possible. We're going to be at BAPS pretty much every race they have us. We will be there every race unless something catastrophic happens. And then after that, I think we're Valley is our second track we're going to go to, and then we're going to hit some Selinsgrove and some Port, and maybe go a little here and there. We'll just see where the wind blows.
That's what I was wondering. So if you were strictly going to stay at BAPS, or you were going to go to...
Yeah, we're going to, like I said, it's so hard to not go to BAPS being so close. But when they don't have us, we'll see how we're running. If we're running good, we'll stretch our legs and go somewhere else. If we're not running good at all, we might just stay home and try to recoup and get better.
So as far as BAPS goes, my understanding is, do they run every Saturday or Friday?
So we're on Saturday nights.
Okay.
It's not... We aren't there every single Saturday. I think we have 18 races there this year, which is a lot more from years past. But so our traveling schedule is not as good as I like it to be, but at least there's still some there.
So you are still trying to stay somewhat local, I guess, because, I mean, it can't be cheap to...
Right. No, I mean,
around.
I think I have 2 races on the schedule for Winchester. I think we have 1 for Potomac, and it's like I said, it's all up in the air if we make it there or not. Just depends on how we're running. If we're running real good, we'll go.
What are all these names on this car?
So
Who
we
are
got
they?
Baker Door Company, HV Mechanical, Reeser Service Center and Towing, Taz Towing, Moser Plumbing, the Ruby Beauty Company. That's all sponsors, and they help us out this year. And like I said, I'm really appreciative of it, and a little extra money to do some upgrades here with the car and try to get a little quicker.
Yeah, I'd imagine it's not cheap, right?
No, not at all.
It's
not
a very
even close.
expensive hobby, I guess you would say.
Yeah, it's the most expensive way to go broke and have fun doing it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm buying some equipment. I'm looking here going, my wife would be mad.
Yeah, about a set of tires for 4 tires, about $1,000.
Wow.
So, yeah, it gets expensive really quick.
Yeah, that's awesome. So another thing I wanted to bring up is with the Brenner video this season, we are working with you.
Yes, sir.
My understanding is we can put cameras all over this thing.
Yes, sir.
And I guess what I want to do is show people. I mean, you guys put a ton of work into this stuff, and I think when you see it from your perspective, when you're sitting in here or you see cars behind you, it's just a whole different animal, I think.
Yeah, it's something that's really hard to explain to people that haven't experienced it. You know, think about going down 695 or 95 in Baltimore in the middle of rush hour, but you're going 90 miles an hour, and there are people everywhere. You know what I mean? It's to be able to hit your marks for the corner, your lifting points, your braking points, how much you need to use brake or whatever. Plus, try not to run to the guy beside you or in front of you. It's a lot, and like I say, if you haven't experienced it, it's so hard to explain just exactly what's going on. And on top of that, at least for me, I'm thinking of what's the car doing? What do I got to change next time I hit the track? How much can I push the car to save tire for the end? There's a lot of stuff that goes on, and you're trying to count laps all in that too.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. It is. It's definitely something to see. Like I said, it's fairly new to me, and I just stand back and I'm like, wow, this is a lot.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's not. I guess I'm fortunate being around it so long. It's kind of like a second nature. But I mean, there's definitely some nights where I'm scratching my head, trying to figure out what I need to change on the car. And then you could definitely tell with feature, I don't drive the same because I just don't have time to process how I'm going to attack, the first corner on the restart. And I'm really big when I look at the lineup and I try to okay, well, I know the guy that starts right in front of me, he typically just runs the bottom. He doesn't run the top hard. And if we're on the outside row, I can kind of tell he's going to lift a little earlier than what most people would running up top. And if I'm working on the car, trying to get set up just right, I don't have a lot of time to think about that and process. And trust me, I will run the race between heat race and feature. I will run the feature race in my head probably 5 different times.
Wow.
Just to figure out how I'm going to do certain situations.
Now, I also noticed too that you've been doing. Do you do a lot of iRacing to even is that something you do to practice for this, or is it just more fun? I don't know.
It's kind of both. It's honestly, much as it doesn't make sense because I'll stress myself out over racing, I get on iRacing to relax. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I love racing so much, and that's the only way I can say, well, it doesn't matter. It's just a game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, the stuff that happens on iRacing, it's actually a lot of real life scenarios. The cars don't handle exactly, how they do in real life, and you don't got to see it in the pants. But there's a lot of real life scenarios. This guy slides up. The way they crash is actually pretty realistic how it would happen in real life. So you can kind of train your mind to just be that much quicker on reacting.
Yeah, you kind of just keep your skill going,
Yeah, and iRacing, they have a lot of big money races and stuff on there. And if you're in a money race, you're running up front, you know, even me, my heart will race like you wouldn't believe.
Awesome.
And then it's the same thing. You put yourself in them situations enough, your heart rate comes down, you make better decisions. So it's just one of them deals. It's just more of it's a good tool if you use it for the right reason.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And then the next thing I want to ask you is, what are your plans with Moser Innovations, which is Jake's YouTube channel that he's working on?
Yeah, so Moser Innovations, that's a brand, I guess, that we kind of started with the go-kart stuff. We scale go-karts, do bodies for go-karts, we do a whole bunch of stuff, tires, and that transferred into the late model stuff. I do my own shocks. That's all Moser Innovation stuff. And then when we start the YouTube thing, I was like, well, I might as well just keep it Moser Innovations and just keep trying to grow one big brand into, you know, hopefully something. Now, when it comes to the YouTube, I'm not good at it, and it's kind of like a fly-by-night type of deal. But it's just more so anything else. It's to try to get people to be more interested in the sport, and you know that it don't take $1 million to do it. You can do it on a budget. You just gotta have a little bit more grit and work ethic to do so.
Well, especially like, you know, growing up in Pennsylvania, I always assumed there was nothing going on around here. Like I said, and
yeah, I mean, I was very fortunate when I grew up. Most of my friends, we were either on a farm or we were working in the garage on a race car, and there was pretty much no in between.
Yeah.
And all my friends were like that, so it was kind of nice that I still got to hang out with all my buddies at a young age and get stuff done and try to accomplish something.
What does it actually take to build one of these?
I
mean, you're explaining to someone I have no idea, right?
Yeah, so just honestly, it takes, for me at least, confidence. You know, I was never the type to say, well, I could just go do that. I can figure it out. Never like that. It took me a lot of years to just say, yeah, I'm going to try it, and if it looks bad, oh well. You know what I mean? Just do whatever. So it takes a lot. Teamwork, you know, extra help definitely is a benefit.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, I mean, it's just a lot of measurements as far as the body goes. A lot of measurements and just trial and error, really.
So you're telling me you could just run down to Walmart and buy this?
No.
You can't?
No, you can start out with just a blank piece of sheet metal, and you
So you bent this up?
Cut it all out, bend everything to the right lengths and stuff as far as our rule books let us. The door, the decking, everything that you see except for the roof, these sail panels, and the nose piece was all just done by hand.
Wow. There's not like the late model store down the street where
some people
people would assume that.
Yeah, and it's all hand sheared, electric shears, but it's all by hand. A lot of these bigger companies, they have I think they're called a jet table or something like that, where they can just put a program in and it'll cut it all out for them. They don't got to do it. This was all marked with a Sharpie marker and a ruler and some type of long straight edge, and then the hand shear to cut every little nook and cranny.
What else needs to be done to this to have it ready for the season?
So
or is it ready?
We're just waiting on the motor. The parts are in. We're hoping to have that back here in about a week or so, maybe 2 weeks, with any luck, right after Motorama. And then we have a weekend in between, and we'll slam the motor in and get that all ready. And
Motorama at the farm show in Harrisburg?
Yes. Yep.
What are the dates on that? I don't even know.
I think it's the 21st and the 22nd, I believe. But yeah.
And you're going to be showing the car there?
Car will be there, and we're racing a kart there too.
Oh, inside
there.
Yep. Okay, yeah, that's awesome. All right, well, so we got Moser Innovations. That's where they can follow you over there.
Yep.
Watch the videos. We're gonna see the 2M car, and we're gonna put cameras all over this thing this season. So stay tuned for that. And Jake.
Yes, sir. Thank
awesome
you.
talking to you, dude. I really much appreciate it.
I appreciate you.
Awesome. Thanks.
Grease on my hands, dirt in my teeth. Been grinding all day, trying to get to that seed. Built by these hands, sponsors on my jacket. Heart's pumping like a piston. Can't wait to hear that engine fire. Built for horsepower, filmed at full throttle. Push it to the red line, engine screaming, take it higher. Blood, sweat, and tears. Brenner video is on fire. Oh yeah. full throttle.